Hello there everyone, it's Nina Marie. Thanks for joining me today for another video. Today I'm going to be sharing 3 cards that I created with the Simon Says Stamped limited edition Easter kit called Vintage Bunnies. This card kit has so many adorable and sweet elements in it that you can use to make spring and Easter cards and even things beyond cards such as treat bags. I'll have a bonus project for you at the end where I used one of the treat bags to make something super cute for putting in some fun candy or other goodies for Easter. Before I get to the projects that I created with the kit, I do want to preface that while the card kit itself is limited edition, Simon Says Stamp sells all of the contents that are in the kit individually. So you can purchase items from the kit outside of the kit when it actually sells out. So if you're watching this video maybe a week from now or 2 weeks from now, and the kit is perhaps no longer available, you do have that option. So I do have everything that I used today linked below in the video description and over my blog. There are picture links so you can see all of the contents and also all of the individual products that I used. There are also 2 additional add-on items that you can purchase outside of the kit. There are the coordinating dies for the Vintage Bunnies stamp set, and there's also a reverse version of the sentiment strips that are included in the kit. I'll show you both of those today as we're creating. So let's dive on in and start making some fun projects. So my first card that I'll be creating is a 5x7 card, and I used the Bouncy Happy Easter die to cut a window into the pattern paper. So this is the Bouncy Happy Easter die. You get the shadow and the word, and I cut one of the pattern paper sheets from the kit down to be 4x6. This is going to fit really nicely on a 5x7 card. This is also a perfect space between the birds and the flowers for me to cut the shadow layer and create a window. Then I'm also going to cut the word itself from some gold cardstock as well as white. That way I have the option to do a little bit of stacking with this delicate die cut greeting to give it some dimension. I'm also going to pull out my A7 frames from Simon Says Stamp and die cut a beautiful sage green color. This is cardstock that you get in the kit. I'm going to cut this so I have a beautiful framing around my pattern paper sheet. This sage green matches really nicely with the colors of the kit. So this fits perfectly around my 4x6 panel. It's just a tiny bit wider, so it has a little bit of white trim between the frame and the pattern paper. I'm also going to do a bit of stenciling. There is this delicate lattice stencil included in the kit, and I thought this would be a great way to add some additional interest and texture to the background of my card. So I pulled out the distress cubes that you get in the kit, and we're going to start first with cracked pistachio. I'm going to use cracked pistachio around the sky so that way I have a little bit of that delicate lattice showing in the sky area. This layered up very nicely with the teal color that's in the sky. I'm using a blending brush from Simon Says Stamp that I have specifically for oxide inks. I don't mix my oxide inks with any other dye inks because they have different properties from other inks. So you always want to make sure if you're using oxide inks that you have brushes reserved just for those inks. I'm also going to use crushed olive down on the bottom to add a little bit of color around the pretty florals that are along the bottom. I am using a smaller brush because I do want to make sure that I don't cover up all of the flowers. I don't want to have them turn green. So I'm being very careful and strategic with the placement of my ink. Then I can remove the stencil, and you can see how we have this very soft, subtle texture now across our pattern paper, which looks very pretty. I'm going to enhance that with a bit of splatter. You get a Distress Cracked Pistachio Spritz bottle in your kit, and I'm going to use that to splatter just a little bit of texture across the pattern paper. But then I also decided I wanted to add a little bit more splatter. So instead of being lazy and doing it on top of my glass board where I have to clean it up, I decided to bring out my box that I use for splattering, and I'm going to also splatter on some gold splatter medium from Simon Says Stamp. The gold splatter medium is not part of the kit, but I do love using this for many different projects, and this is something I use often. The cracked pistachio spritz, however, is part of the kit, and that is also super fun for adding some splatter, and I really like how the 2 mediums mix together. I'm going to glue my A7 frame onto an A7 card base. This is made from some white cardstock and it is side folding. I'm going to use my Simon Says Stamp craft glue to put a thin line of adhesive around the entire frame and then carefully place this right in the middle of my card. This is a really great way to add some additional detail and layers to your project without adding any bulk. I really loved how that framed up the pattern paper, which I'm attaching to my card using foam tape. I wanted some additional lift for this panel so that way the window of my sentiment is a little bit higher than the stacked die cut greeting that we're going to put in the center of it. So having that green framing really sets off the green colors in the pattern paper, which I love. My stacked greeting is going to get adhered together with some Simon Says Stamp craft glue. I do love using this adhesive, and I know if you watch my videos, I mention this all the time. It is a clear adhesive. It goes on a little bit milky, but it does dry clear, and it also dries matte. So if this were to squish out the sides of this delicate die cut, which I have a tendency to sometimes put a little too much glue on, you'll never see any of the adhesive once it dries. So I stacked 2 white die cuts behind my gold sentiment, and then I'm going to stack the entire piece onto my card project. I like to put a clear block or something heavy on top of my sentiments like this when they're drying, just to make sure that everything gets pressed down really well. Here is the namesake of the card kit. This is the Vintage Bunnies stamp set. And I'm going to stamp this little bow image with Simon Says Stamp VersaFine Nocturne ink. This beautiful crisp black ink is going to look fantastic. Stamped with the pattern paper, I thought this little corner of this plaid pattern would look adorable for the bow. So I'm going to die cut this bow, and this will be a nice finishing touch along the top of my card. In addition to stamping the bow, I also stamped a tulip image 3 times onto some watercolor paper using that same ink. And I'm going to color this with 3 shades of Distress watercolor pencils. So I have Abandoned Coral, Mowed Lawn, and also Cracked Pistachio. And we're not going to do anything fancy with the coloring. I want something simple, but the watercolor is going to go very nice with the pattern papers. They have a slight watercolor appearance to them. So I thought this would be a nice way to add some color to my stamped images. I did a simple shade of Abandoned Coral on my tulips, faded out to a light wash. And then I also mixed Cracked Pistachio and Mowed Lawn together onto the leaves to form a nice variation of coloring on them. Once my images were dry, then I can go ahead and take the coordinating die and cut these out. It's really nice to have the coordinating dies for these images because there are a lot of delicate and detailed areas. So not having to fussy cut these images is so nice. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the dies are a separate purchase, but they are a great add-on item. So I have my 3 tulips that I'm going to cluster down along the bottom of the card, and my plan is to trim them down so that way they are flush with the edge of my panel that has the little scene built onto it. So I'm just taking my scissors and eyeballing a cut and then just giving them a chop down. And we're going to use foam squares to attach these to the card. I just picked out some thin 3D foam squares so they weren't too bulky. And then we're going to layer these up onto the card along with a sentiment. The sentiment that I picked out and stamped off camera is from the Vintage Bunnies stamp set, and I stamped it onto black cardstock using embossing ink and then embossed it with white embossing powder. The last little detail is to glue that fun little bow up at the top of the card. We could have stopped there, but then I decided I wanted to add some embellishments. So I brought in some of these beautiful soft white with an iridescent tone of sequins from Simon Says Stamp. These are something I had in my stash, and I absolutely loved the soft tone that this added to the card. The little hint of pink was the perfect way to complement the pink tones in the card. And so that's going to do it for card number 1. With all the fun texture and details, not only did we add some stenciling to the pattern paper for additional texture, but we also added the splatter and then enhanced the scene that this pattern paper provided by adding some stamped elements such as the tulips and the bow. And of course, we can't forget the fun effect of cutting that window into the pattern paper so our sentiment is nestled inside. All right, let's move on to card number 2. You might recognize this paper. This little bunny was the pattern paper that I used to stamp that bow image for the first card. I loved him so much I decided he needed to be a card all of his own. So I'm going to glue him down. He's a little bit smaller than an A2 card panel. I'm going to glue him to an A2 scalloped rectangle that I've die cut from some Simon Says Stamp cream cardstock. This soft creamy color really brings out the light colors in the florals behind the bunny. So this is going to be my base panel, and we're going to do a bit of stamping onto it. I wanted to stamp Happy Birthday because not only are these images and the contents of the kit great for Easter cards, but they're great for spring cards in general. So a wonderful seasonal kit like this is great for more than just the Easter time period. I also stamped off camera onto some cream cardstock with juniper ink, that bow image. And then I used juniper ink on a blending brush to just go ahead and buff on a little bit of color. It's very subtle and light, so I don't want it to be overwhelming the stamping, but just a soft tone of that juniper ink on top of the stamped image really softens it and looks perfect on top of our bunny. Then I brought in some more pattern paper. I love this dot pattern. I cut this down to be an A2 size so I can glue it directly onto my top folding card base. I wanted this card to be low bulk also, so I did put some thin foam tape behind this panel just so it has a very small amount of lift off of the card base. And I did only glue the center portion of the bow to my bunny, so that way the sides of it will actually lift up a little bit and feel dimensional. It's a little trick that allows you to get the dimension without any bulk. Finally, for some embellishment, I brought in the new Simon Says Stamp Peach Bellini embellishment mix. This just came out in the Beautiful Moments collection, and I loved the orange corally tones that paired up so well with the colors of this card. I formed a little trail from the left side going up to the top right, which intersects the bunny and the sentiment, ties everything together, and also adds that nice little hint of sparkle and shine. So there we have it, card number 2. It was easy peasy, but it is packed with adorableness because the pattern paper really is the star of this particular card. And we just accented it with some of the elements from the kit to make it even more special. My third card is going to feature the bird's nest image from the stamp set. I loved this image and I thought it was such a beautiful illustration. I actually want to stamp this a couple of times with some colored inks to do some layering. So we're going to start first with Eucalyptus. This is a beautiful green color and it's part of the same trio from the Juniper shade that I used earlier. We're stamping this onto some cream cardstock because this is going to give us a softer appearance than white. I felt that added a vintage tone to the stamping. Then before I remove my paper or my stamp, I'm going to add a little bit of extra stamping using fawn ink. This is an ink cube, so that way I can strategically place a little bit of ink here and there without covering up all of that beautiful green. And that just adds some shading to my stamping, which looks really great. I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut out the base of our beautiful bird's nest, but then I also stamped that bird's nest another time with seafoam ink, and I want to cut out the eggs only. So for this I do have to fussy cut, but they're pretty easy to cut out, and I'm trying to leave a little bit of an edge to them so that way you can see them outlined in that seafoam color. And then check this out, how it layers up on top of our nest. I love this look. So worth the time to fussy cut. I've picked out some pattern paper from the kit that had this beautiful plaid pattern. And then I'm also going to use a paper doily that I got over at Simon Says Stamp as a layer behind my nest. This is soft and delicate and adds just a wonderful texture and some separation from the pattern paper. I'm gluing the center of the doily directly to my card, and then using some foam tape, I'm going to pop the bird's nest on top. This card is definitely the bulkiest of them all because I am absolutely incorporating layers of foam tape into this. So I also used foam tape on top of my eggs. I'm going to also add a bit of sparkle to the pattern paper itself. You get an entire jar of this gorgeous Stickles glitter, and I love this glitter gel. It's great for stenciling, but it's also wonderful for layering on top of things. So I'm actually going to use my finger, but you could use an applicator if you don't want to stick your finger in the paste. I'm just going to dab some of this paste onto some of the strips, and mostly I'm trying to keep it on the green, orange, and yellow strips, but I did get some of it on the purple, and it looks just as beautiful there too. But what I'm trying to achieve is a bit of sparkle and shine on the paper without covering it fully with paste. This is going to get layered onto some more of that sage green cardstock that's included in the kit, and this color of cardstock goes so well with the pattern papers. I'm putting liquid glue onto this panel and then adding my adorable pattern paper panel on top of it. This entire card is then getting glued directly to my A2 card base, and now we're ready to start thinking about a sentiment. So for this, I'm going to actually use the reverse Blessed Easter sentiment strips. In your kit, you're going to get the white sheet of the Blessed Easter sentiment strips, which are printed with black ink. The reverse has the base printed with black ink, so it looks like you have white printing for the letters. The reverse is an add-on item, so this one doesn't come in the kit, but it's a great add-on purchase, and it goes so nicely with the white version. So I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Banners Easy Strip die, which pairs perfectly with these strips, and cutting out all of my sentiments all at once, so that way I can go ahead and pick one out for my card. Not only are these easy strips so simple and easy to use, but they also are printed with toner ink, so you can foil them. I'm picking out some of this rose gold foil from the Thermoweb collection, and I'm going to cut a strip down so it will fit nicely with my little banner sentiment. But once I run this through my machine, I can peel back the foil to reveal our gorgeous little sentiment strip that will fit perfectly underneath of our eggs. You may notice that my eggs are a bit sparkly, which that was something I kind of decided to do spur of the moment, and I forgot to turn my camera on to capture it. But what I did was I just covered the eggs with a bit of glossy accents and then sprinkled some chunky distressed rock candy on top. Super simple, but it added such a nice little touch of sparkle to the eggs. I also added some fun little embellishments around the eggs. These are some pastel colors from the Simon Says Stamp collection. And then I also tied a little bit of twine into a simple bow, and I'm going to glue this directly to the middle of the eggs. And then I also adhered the tails to my pattern paper because I really liked how they were swirling around the card. So I wanted to keep that swirl, and just by tacking them down onto the paper, that keeps them in place permanently. So there we have it. Card number 3 is complete, and I just adore all the layers that this card has. The fun little sparkly details on the pattern paper and then also the eggs, combined with extra layers such as the scallop panel and the doily, all of these pieces layered up so nice to form such a fun and sweet card. You could use this as a baby card too. I think that would be super cute. I did promise that I have a bonus project to share with you, so let's take a look at that now. I adore this little bunny Easter treat bag, and you could fill this with anything you want. I decided to fill it with a bit of grass and also some of those delicious chocolate eggs. I think this is such a fun way to gift something special to somebody. You could also toss a gift card in there. But to create this, all I did was take a carrot stamp from the Vintage Bunnies stamp set. I stamped it with embossing ink to create a watermark effect on top of my bag. Then I layered on a piece of pattern paper that was actually left over from the last card that we created. I thought that pattern was really fun. I also tied a bit of ribbon that is from the kit around the bottom of the bag to add a little bit of extra special touch. And then of course the cherry on top is that pom-pom that is on the bottom of the bunny window. That's a clear window, and of course that could be the front of your bunny, but I decided it was the back because you can't have a cute little bunny without a pom-pom, right? And I didn't get to incorporate a pom-pom onto any of my other projects, so I had to do it on this. That pom-pom is quite large too, so it really makes this look super cute. Well, there you have it. So many fun ways that you can use the limited edition Easter kit Vintage Bunnies from Simon Says Stamp. Like I mentioned, the kit is limited edition, so it's only available while supplies last. But if you miss out on the kit, all of the contents are available as an individual purchase, so you can find all of these products even after the kit is sold out. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these different ideas on how you could use the kit, and hopefully something inspires you to create something yourself. Even if you're not using the limited edition Easter kit and you're going to make something with things you already have, I hope that you can utilize some of the ideas that I've shared in your next project. Thanks so much for watching, friends. I can't wait to come back and share more with you all because I have lots more coming up, so stay tuned. I will see you again in the next video, so thanks so much for stopping by.